Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well and this video finds you in the best of your health. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to me. It is a great honor for us. My name is Shahla Fatemi, PhD candidate in speech and language pathology at Tehran University of Medical Sciences in Iran. I did my work with Dr. Talieh Zarifian, Associate Professor in Speech and Language Pathology at Social Welfare and Rehabilitation Sciences in Iran. Now I'm here. Please feel free to email me if you have any question. I will be happy to answer your questions. Children's ability to communicate is quite remarkable, especially in the early stages of their lives. Children as grow up, they have a rapid increase in vocabulary size and expansion of phonetic inventory and syllable shapes, and the onset of two-word utterances. However, children acquiring a phonological system of their language vary in terms of age of phonological acquisition onset, rate of development, and types of developmental error made. Also, children's whole word productions, therefore, can vary in their correctness, complexity, and variability. Anyway, children with larger and diverse vocabularies tend to have larger inventories, sound, and syllable structures. On the other hand, according to Jacobsen, the studies on children's phonological development have been a confirmation to support phonological universalities in the timing of phonological events and the order of acquiring phonological categories. Speech-language pathologists require knowledge of typical speech development to support diagnosis, evaluation, treatment, and clinical judgment. However, there is limited research evidence concerning the phonological acquisition of Kurdish-speaking children. So, the aim of this study was consider documentation and investigation the phonological development in a typically developing Kurdish-speaking boy between the ages of 21 and 31 months to present a longitudinal case reports. And about the Kurdish language also known as Kurdi as an Indo-European language belonging to Western Iranian language group of the Indo-Iranian branch. Kurdish is spoken by approximately more than 40 million of people within Iran, Turkey, Iraq, and Syria. The major Kurdish dialect subgroups are Northern, more widely known as Kurmanji, and Central Kurdish, also known as Sorani and Middle Kurmanji dialect, and finally Southern Kurdish, also known as Kalhuri, Khwaru, or Pahlemani. Of course, this study is concerning to the Central Kurdish. In the next slide, you can see the map of Kurdistan and also Kurdish variety groups. Kurdish has 30 consonants. You can see them in this table. There are 8 plosives, 3 nasals, and 11 fricatives, 6 approximants or lateral approximants, and 2 affricates. And about Kurdish vowel, Kurdish has 8 vowels that you see in this figure. Kurdish has a schwa vowel like bra. This boy child also acquired consonant cluster in the initial and final syllable position and produced all Kurdish syllable structures that you see in the below. Initial consonant cluster, for example, khwe, chia, sia, nia, twa, bia, kwa, piala. And final consonant cluster, for example, dast, denk, zard, rosht, sauce, balance, bain. In this slide, you can see some Kurdish syllable structure examples. For example, syllable structure CV, Kurdish sample is bo. It means why. And syllable structure CVC. Kurdish sample is chow, it means I. And CVCC, Kurdish sample daik, it means mother. And CVCCC, rojt, it means went. CCVC, Kurdish sample khwar, it means cooked. And CCV, khwe, it means salt. CCVCC, khward is Kurdish sample and it means 8. In the method section, the child's spontaneous speech was sampled over 10 months in 3-week intervals. At home, while he was playing with his toys and picture books, was describing picture books, picture naming, and conversational and spontaneous speech. Speech samples were analyzed to document phonetic inventories, phonological pattern, syllabic shapes, and consonant cluster and speech intelligibility. Also, we obtained percentage of consonant correct or PCC, PVC or percentage of vowel correct, and PPC percentage of phonetic correct. On the other hand, another measures during analysis were PMLU or phonological mean length of utterance, that is a measure of whole word complexity for both child and target words, and the proportion of whole word proximity PW or PW. That is a measure of a proximity between the child's word and its target form. And finally, the proportion of whole word correctness or PWC, that is a measure of the number of words produced correctly relative to sample size. And about the speech intelligibility, this chart shows the speech intelligibility of the child during these 10 months. We obtain the speech intelligibility by the percentage of the ratio of the number of eligible words in the speech samples to the total number of produced words. The child's speech intelligibility in the sample increased over time. You can see in this chart PMLU or the phonological mean length of utterance and the proportion of whole word proximity or PWP. As you see, the proximity between the child's word after 22 months is almost close to its target form and almost similar to each other's, and it is more than 90%. In this slide, you can see PCC, PVC, and PPC. About PCC, in this child's speech sample at 31 months, due to the use of a longer and more complex syllable structure and a more diverse phonetic inventory, PCC has decreased. The following phonological process was shown in the child's speech samples: medial consonant deletion, weak syllable deletion, flapping, final devoicing, medial devoicing, fronting, backing, assimilation, fricating, lateralization, stopping, cluster reduction, and finally metathesis. As anticipated, some of his phonological processes still existed after 31 months, but decreased over time. We can see that the study provides longitudinal information that can be used to demonstrate the individual differences between children in the evaluation and treatment of Kurdish-speaking children. Children vary in terms of age of phonological acquisition onset, rate of development, and types of development errors. Finally, I want to say that families and practitioners in any languages should be know about children's phonological development. As children grow, the number of sounds that they can produce and percentage of their speech intelligibility increases. But there are individual differences between children. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any question, please feel free to email me. Have a nice day.